Everyone's got characters with, even if they might not have a token right away.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm good.
Yeah, mine's still Florpert, but I don't care. I have all of it like this.
Yeah,
For
you're
Patrick.
an OG, so you got the stuff. You got paper, and you drew your own character token. Okay. I need to pull up my fancy schmancy. Okay, so before we begin, who did we decide last week was going to be the group caller? If I remember correctly, I think it was Jake.
Yeah, I am down to do it. And I have a plan. So,
please discuss.
My plan was, we heard some rats. Rats gather shiny things. Let's go kill those rats and see if they have shiny things. But if anyone else wants to be caller, I will happily pass the baton.
I'm ready to kill the rats.
All right. All right.
And then who did we decide was mapping this week?
Didn't you say you... Yes.
I apologize. Let me get my mapping tool.
No worries. While you're doing that, who would like to be our treasurer?
I can be treasurer.
Okay.
It's paper.
Remember, there's 100 XP associated with these rolls. I cannot, for the life of me, find this thing. I should be way better prepared. Sorry, I looked down at the bottom right corner of my computer screen and said 8:02 because I'm in Central Time. I was like, oh no.
It's all good. It's all good. I was wrapping up dinner, so I could use the extra 2 minutes better.
Okay. You find yourself once again in the rowdy tavern of Steely Sean's Alehouse. You have spent the better part of 2 weeks in various states of relaxation or disarray. Some of you may have even adventured in far-off lands, while Longfelt itself was in a lull. It is cold, but dry out. You can definitely tell that the westerly wind is blowing and winter is definitely on its way. You have all gathered back once more at Steely Sean's Alehouse in order to assemble a adventuring party to once more delve the depths of a place which is meant to contain great treasure, but also great danger. What do you do?
So I look at my friends, and I know a scrawny magic user. Who else is here?
Ralston. You've adventured with him before.
Oh, Ralston. I'm going to stand behind Ralston.
Yeah.
You've got Volp as well.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Are you playing Pindar?
I am playing Varger.
Varger, okay.
Who is
the druid?
Who is a druid? Yeah.
Okay, and Ralston.
With Ralston and Volp, do we want any other? Do we need more people to hold the line? Varger can do a little bit of holding. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see nods. Okay.
It would always be better to, have some people to soak up some bullets or sword blows. Because if they die, we don't have to pay them.
I mean, that's a compelling case. If we look around the bar, the inn, do we see anybody who looks like they would be eager to join us.
It's slim pickings, but certainly more prosperous than your last adventure out. If you'll remember, you only found two half-starving, half-mad sellswords. You see a few men armored in light armor and arms. That is to say, some chain and some leather. There's 2 with chain and 4 with leather. And then you also see 4 young men who are unarmored, but they are ready. They've been posted up for a while. They've made their presence known as they want to make some easy cash.
Sweet. And so I'll ask the group, does anyone want to go approach these armored individuals, these warriors, to see if we can get them to adventure with us? And I say this as Varger, who's a little bit gruff and not exactly likable. Got a short. Yeah.
Ralston's not likable either.
We like each other though. It's good.
Yeah, we like each other. We get along.
You don't really need anybody else.
We could even take the unarmored men if we had to. I mean, we can always, but shields are cheap, spears are cheap.
Yeah.
It's evident to you that these are not fighting men.
Oh, they're not.
Even if they were, they wouldn't really. You wouldn't really want them
at my back,
fighting for you. You probably wouldn't trust them at this rate.
They could be pack bearers, pack mules, torch bearers.
Wolf, isn't he a dashing Conan-ish man?
Yeah, basically. Metaphysically, again, I have a 15 charisma. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think we should do this.
Exudes it. Wow.
So, from what I understand, these two are obviously not fighting men, though. They're the ones you're interested in, right?
No, let's go talk to the individuals in chain armor. Let's start with them.
The sellswords.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're in a tavern, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Steely Sean's Alehouse.
Okay.
Run by Gilfar.
Okay. I go up to the bar.
Not to be
that's
confused
all right.
with Steely Dan.
That's a different tavern and alehouse.
Right?
But I walk up to the bar and I ask the barkeep, how much for 2 drinks?
Ale here is 5 copper, but it's strong.
That's cheap.
Cheap, yes. I pull out one of my gold. We still have our gold, right? Like, none of us spent that, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think
At
so.
least,
I don't remember if you
I'd say it's still on my sheet. I didn't know if we got rid of all that, like, earlier. It's been a while. But, I take out one of my gold pieces and say, how much will this buy?
He looks at you for a few seconds skeptically and laughs and says, well, the ale's 5 copper. 10 copper is 1 silver. 10 silver is 1 gold. He looks around and he says, I don't have me abacus on me.
Oh, that's fine. I slide him the gold piece and I say, those 2 gentlemen over there in the chainmail, make sure they get whatever they want. I have to go speak to them. Essentially, just telling him, like, the drinks are on me for those 2 specifically.
Right. Okay. He immediately has a barmaid come up with 2 frothing mugs of straw-colored ale.
As I see that it's delivered, I will walk up to them and I just go, gentlemen. Nice to see a couple of men in fighting spirits, I see. Mind if I join you?
They gesture to an open seat. Anyone who pays their tab is welcome at their table.
Yeah, I just plop down on the seat and go, so, gentlemen, what brings you here, if I may ask?
One of the ones in the leather armor, he has a scraggly mustache that he probably would be a lot more handsome without, and sort of like a cauliflower ear thing going on in his left ear. He drinks deeply from his ale mug, his flagon. And he says, "We seek great riches, but greater adventure."
Oh, that sounds good, gentlemen. See, I have a proposal for you, if you're willing to listen.
By all means.
And we're going back to Gunderholfen, right? The big Dwarven ruin. Okay. So, I tell them, well, you see, me and a couple of my compatriots, we're going to Gunderholfen again. We're gonna delve into the depths of that old ruin and find the riches. We found plenty on our first trip. And I'll be willing to share almost all of my stash with all of you if you give us some assistance.
He twists his 3 or 4 scraggly mustache hairs together. He says, "Well, we were on our way out tomorrow morning as a group of our own. We're friends from a distant city, from Albion, and we were hoping to be able to plunder and get back home and help out our families. It's getting pretty desperate where we're from."
Of course, gentlemen. In greater numbers, we'll see that you will make it back. You'll be the ones telling tales and bringing back riches to your families. We'll make sure of that, I promise. Greater numbers means more survival. More survival means more treasure.
He sort of scratches the back of his neck. He says, "Well, all right, yeah, we'll go for each of us will take a half a share if you'll have us."
Of course we will, lads. And as I get up, I just go, and for the rest of the night, all your drinks are on me. I made sure of that.
They raise their flagons to you.
And I raise my own, and I walk back to the table, and I just go, "Hi, see, Varger? Told you. I can always handle that."
I lying to them. Yeah, those guys aren't going to see home.
I know, that's the point.
Well, we never know, If they
Yeah.
can make it out, they'll get a half
Everyone
share.
made it out last time you guys went in.
Yeah, that's
Not
what
the
I'm saying.
dwarves. Oh well,
Remember
yeah.
the dwarves? Remember the dwarves?
Yeah.
Those
Look, to
dwarves
be
not
fair,
seeing-
That wasn't
home.
that wasn't Gunderholfen though. It was.
Hey, look,
but
It was.
To be
Yeah.
entirely fair, no one said they died. They just ran away. Are they dead? Probably, but it's not. It's not.
Who can
it's
say?
not-
Yeah.
But
Do we need any gear? I have lanterns and oil.
And him?
I have torches. Do we want to pick up crowbar, or a 10-foot pole? We know there are pits here.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Are Wolf and Ralston fighters?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
These 2 hirelings, are they, so they're in chainmail, so they have to be something, whatever, so, what weapons do they seem to have on them?
The men in chainmail each carry a hand axe, and then the men in leather, 2 of them have spears, and then 2 of them have short bows and daggers.
It would
Should we
be,
provide them with spears? Yeah.
or yeah, if they're going to be in the second rank, spears, and everyone a sling.
Cool. I'm happy to front that. Parker is wealthy after the expedition into the Dwarven mine, so.
I think Padrag is fairly poor. And with a week's worth of eating rations to travel here, he is poorer than ever.
I mean, I could slide what's your character's name, Ross?
Padrag, the Profound.
Padrag. I could
Padrag
slide
the
Padrag
Profound.
with some gold if you need some gold.
Oh, he's okay. He just probably can't equip our folks, unfortunately,
Okay,
right now.
okay.
Hopefully we find something excellent. Hopefully we find a horde.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. We shall see.
So,
I do feel like I've learned like always have a ranged weapon though. Like the sling, if it's just a sling or something, there's so many situations where it's like we don't have any ranged weapons, and I've seen that a lot of times.
So, discussion later. I'll bring this up later. We can discuss ranged weapons later. Yeah. For spears, how many do we need? 2, or are we taking everybody, or just the fighters in chain? What do y'all think?
Yeah, I think we should take the leather guys too.
Okay, so 6 spears and 6 slings. Oh man, let's call that 5 gold, 6 gold, 2 silver. Barger covers. Do we want to get anything else? Does everybody have shields?
I will buy a shield.
Okay.
Is this the day of?
This is the night before. Sorry.
If it's open, Barger will go to the weaponsmith while Volf is continuing to make our new friends happy and pick up this equipment.
Yeah, of course.
Sweet.
Of course. Okay, so you have offered these men a way out of their financial troubles, and they have accepted. They may or may not be coming back. If there's anything else that needs to be done this evening, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Is there... So we heard about these purple gems, and I don't know how long the travel was to here, but it would be interesting to know if there would be anybody who is interested in these things as arcane objects. Would this be something we could take a 10-foot pole to the ceiling and knock off and sell to someone here?
Perhaps.
If that's possible. If that's possible to figure out before we leave.
You would know that there are 2 wizards in town. I gotta find their names. Sorry. You would know that there is the wizard Balfour, who resides in Balfour's tower. Jeez. And another one. It's a big town. You know that there's 2 wizards in town. You'd have to pick which one you would want to... And Proctor is his name. So there's Balfour and Proctor. You don't really know anything about them.
Let's try Balfour. And before I go down this road, if anyone doesn't want to do this, tell me. Because we don't have to. This is just a way I think maybe we could make some money.
Yeah, you will find Balfour's tower here. At CC, right there.
Okay, cool.
Oh, the game's done. Right. It's not letting me press and hold. This is embarrassing. Oh, it's because I'm pressing. I'm doing the wrong thing. There you go. Right there. You see it.
Yeah, so Barger will pay a visit to Balfour, and he will just knock on the door of this tower.
Yeah, there's only one entrance to the tower, a solid iron-bound door, but it is located on the 3rd floor.
Good.
Can't you speak with animals and stuff?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that one's above my pay grade.
It would appear... Sorry, no, please.
Can I see any humanoids anywhere on the tower through a window or otherwise?
No, the windows are all 3 stories up.
Okay, and there are no buildings that are flush adjacent that are 3 stories high or 2 stories?
That is a question that I don't really have an answer for. My first impulse is to say no. Let me just go double check what GG is.
Yeah, GG, okay.
GG is a 2-story establishment. FF is a 3-story inn, but it's a little bit far away.
And this one's CC that we're at?
Yep, that would be Balfour's Tower.
Okay, yeah, there's no
you
way.
Do know, you will have heard about Balfour spoken in hushed whispers and fearful tones, but you've also sort of heard of Proctor through hushed whispers and fearful tones. It would appear to you that magic users are quite scary in these lands.
I will have to pledge my service as a slave to one of them, no doubt.
He just says that matter-of-factly, like, of course, you know.
He's quite profoundly, if you will. Proctor's Tower is located at letter E over here. And it's a 4-story tower. And it's also... Let's see. The complex contains a 40-foot high tower and a 2-story house. The wall is 10 feet high.
Is there a gate on this one, or is it?
There is a gate on this one.
All right.
Believe it or not.
It's Proctor's lucky day. I will approach the gate, and is there a knocker on it? Is there a way to attract attention?
You don't see a knocker on it. But as you get closer, a man with a great gray beard and long flowing gray hair, wearing a pointy hat, descends from the tower through the tower doors to come and greet you. Yeah, the gate swings open ahead of him. He hails you and he says, "Welcome, travelers and adventurers. What may I do for you? I am Proctor."
Varga will give a little nod, and he say, "I am Varga. These are my friends," and he'll introduce everybody. And then he'll say, "We have heard that you are a wizard of great intellectual curiosity, and we have perhaps found something that might be of interest to you. Our friends have gone down into the depths and told us that there are these crystals that seem to have a soporific or sleep-making effect. Would that be something that you would want to buy?"
You have a sample?
I could bring you one for a price, of course. We would be risking our lives. It is dangerous.
He strokes his beard and thinks about it for a while. He says, "Yes, depending on the quality of the sample, I would be willing to pay."
Okay. How big of a sample do you need?
He thinks about it for another second. He says, "Not too big at all.
Okay.
It shouldn't require much of a magical substance for me to identify the magic within it."
Excellent.
You would have understood from rumors that... Yeah, he'll probably pay... If it's something interesting, like if he could use it as a magical component, you could probably get anywhere between 10 and 200 gold for an actual sample of it. And then if it's something of research interest that he needs for something, he'll probably be willing to pay a much pricier sum.
Excellent. Cool. Now, again, as Varga's coming back, he is talking with the group. He's like, "Again, we don't have to do this because I hear that poking magical traps in the underworld is not necessarily the wisest course of action, but nothing ventured, nothing gained."
Obviously, we should take...
And Padraig, by the way, is like grossly alien-like in how tall he is.
The strapping young man here, and he will take a pickaxe and draw the magical substance from the earth, and we'll tie a rope to him.
And I'm pointing toward Wolf, or yeah.
He looks strong enough to do this.
I just stand in the background, flexing slightly.
Yeah, I assume that he's like strong enough. I don't actually know.
All right.
Wonderful.
In that case, I will buy a 10-foot pole as well, just in case we need to smash it into the roof.
I thought that's what we got the hirelings for.
That is what Barger's thinking. We just paid all of these people's wages. It's time to.
We should treat them well. They too now serve the light against the monsters of the darkness for which we face. And who knows, they may become the heroes that are needed.
This is true.
I'm sorry to bring this up, but is it really bad? I want to hear you record Gandalf's voice lines with that voice. I don't know why.
What's the actor's name? Ian
McKellen.
Yeah, I did Ian McKellen for The Hero's Journey. Yeah, it's like a hick version though. But go ahead.
Before you leave, actually, Proctor will say he will pay you for mapping of Gunderholfen.
Excellent.
Whoa.
Okay.
He says he'll pay you for 5 gold per room mapped.
Oh man, I lost
Do
my.
you want to share this knowledge? Like, this is the question. Is there any downside to giving it to him or no?
Oh.
Well, he's not going to tell you that if there is.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to do it yet because he has a competitor, and we want to know whose side we're.
Who's paying more?
We want to know what banner we're going to end up underneath here.
Right. Exactly.
But we can hang on to it. Yeah. I'm looking for the map.
But I'm also happy just to toss it over if people want to do that.
He also says that he will identify magic items. He will cast spells for a charge, and then he also has scrolls of identify he's willing to sell to you.
How much for those?
Give me 1 second.
Man, you did such a good job with this.
This is all from a book.
Well, I mean, you as well, but I mean, JC, I'm looking at the map.
Oh yeah.
This is nuts.
Yeah. Oh, didn't he? It's so good.
It was fun.
Is there swords and wizardry pricing for scrolls?
Yeah, it should be in the magic section. It's up to you, kind of though, right? Like it costs something like 100 gold per spell level per week to make one. But then, however much they charge, I think it's up to you. There's no magic item pricing, I don't think, unless it's.
Well, the book here, I'm just going to tell you this is meta knowledge because there's no reason why you shouldn't know this. The book here says he will sell scrolls for 20% markup. So, scrolls of identify.
There you go. So, that's like 120 gold then for a level 1 spell. That's probably not worth it unless it's like I guess for individual characters as a nuke to be like, I need out of here now. I guess there's that. Like if you're the last character left or something.
He will also cast identify for no markup, just the price of 100 gold.
Okay. Can Barger? I can figure this out. I'll look at that. But does anyone know off the top of their head if Barger can actually use spell scrolls or no?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Clerics can use cleric scrolls. Magic users can use magic user scrolls. Druids are very similar to clerics, except in this one way, actually.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, so I am not interested in that.
I will undercut them all and charge 50 gold to identify. As I'm a magic user.
Good.
Well,
We like
You're
to
really-
buy local anyway.
yeah, exactly. You're doing us a favor.
Yeah, support small business.
There you go.
Right.
All right. Do we need anything else?
I do not believe so.
Sweet.
Okay. You bed down for the night at Steely Sean's Ale House. It's a cold night, but the inn is very warm. He keeps it well heated. When you wake up, it's bleak and cloudy, but still dry. You leave at, I assume, 6 a.m. Any particular time that you
Yeah.
guys...
Yeah.
Early,
Early.
yeah.
Early start.
Okay, let me just bring you guys back to Longfelt. Activate your fancy map. So you will not need to expend a ration for today because you ate breakfast. But if you remember, it took you more than one day to get there last time. I
Yep.
assume nobody has a horse.
No.
I could. Well, I won't do it
should
today.
buy.
Yeah.
Well, if not everybody in your adventuring party has a horse,
Yeah.
then you'll move at the slowest rate anyway. At the rate of the slowest.
Is there? This is, I guess, a meta question. Is there banking in Otherworld, or like, what do I do? I'm cash rich right now. Actually, after the Dwarven thing, it's weighing me down. I want to move at 12.
Yeah,
And
so
I either gotta spend a lot.
your room at the inn, I think, can hold something like 300 pounds worth of treasure securely and safely. You'll
Sweet.
want to purchase estate at some point, though.
Okay. I am.
Yeah, estate comes with a number of benefits that can be found in the Otherworld Gazetteer.
Sweet. That's good enough for me right now. This'll put me down to moving fast.
Yeah, Richard, and yeah, you can leave all your stuff at your, presumably. Richard was working out housing and estate.
Sweet. All right, I'm good to go.
Okay. Which way do you go from Longfelt? There's a road that leads somewhat to the northwest and one that leads somewhat to the southeast.
Confirming with everyone that we're going back to where the previous expedition went. Yep. In that case, we'll go out towards the east here. When we walk through the doors, Varger will, since his level 1 spell is kind of useless, he's going to cast Predict Weather, just to see what we've got in store for us today.
Hey, can you read to me what that does?
I can. 1 minute. It says. Says some druidic, and what it does is the druid silently drinks in knowledge from the surrounding area, becoming attuned to the patterns of air, wind, earth, and fire. Within moments, the character can predict what the weather conditions will be in the next 12 hours in the immediate vicinity. So the two square miles around me. Well, that was kind of a waste, but it's all good. As with most forecasts, conditions may change unexpectedly, giving a rise to a 5% chance that my prediction will ultimately prove to be incorrect.
Well, you predict that there will be no rain, but still overcast. So you think there's going to be no sun for the most of today.
I confidently tell you all this as we head out to the East Road. Don't worry, you won't need your umbrellas. We're going to be dry today.
Umbrella?
I scratch my slave collar.
Oh, you're a slave? Oh, man.
Well, you don't know that, and he doesn't talk about it, but he
Yeah,
does have like a
right.
chain around his, like a, whatever, those neck-sized manacles.
Yeah.
All right. You come across a fork in the road after about an hour and a half of travel. To the left leads the north, and to the going straight forward heads further to the southeast.
I believe, my friends, that we need to go to the north.
All right.
Okay, let me just double check something. Okay. After about 6 hours travel, you have started to really get into the swamp. It is starting to be gross and stinking. The swamp is alive with the sound of insects and animals today, and you are constantly slapping at mosquitoes and picking bugs out of your beards and hair as you trudge through, following a broken and patchy road. The waters are quite high today, as they have been for as they have been for the past week. Nothing eventful happens in those 6 hours. As it gets, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as we're like, when we're looking out into the swamps on either side of the road, do we see any interesting landmarks that might be something to look into on another expedition, or is it just kind of all sort of swampy?
It is hazing. Well, technically, I guess it's fog, right? So the water and the ground of the swamp is much warmer than the air, and so it is hard to see. This vision range is deceptive. You cannot see that far. You can probably see for maybe 200, 300 yards before you can't make out anything.
Yep.
After another 6 hours or so, it is starting to get dark.
I think it's time to set camp, guys.
Mm-hmm.
What is your plan for setting up camp?
So we have
high ground.
4. Yeah, high ground. Let's be on the road.
Maybe with some trees as a windbreak.
Yeah, if there are trees nearby, we can set them up. I think we should set. There are 10 of us, so we should set up 2 people to watch.
Yeah, the road is built onto pretty much the highest ground around. When they were constructing this road, presumably, they wanted it to flood as little as possible. You're in low-lying swamp. That's just how it's going to be. Most of the trees surrounding in the Ganfell swamps are twisted, chaotic misinterpretations of trees, malformed by years and years of exposure to magical forces and profane rituals.
Wow. The road, then, is the best bet, not actually being in the muck.
Yeah, true. Set a fire or not? Probably have to. It's
it is cold.
It is cold enough that if you don't set a fire, there will be negative consequences.
Yeah,
let's set a fire. And let's do two people per watch. Let's stagger the warriors. so that both of you are not on the same watch. Ross, what is your Halston? What's his name?
Yeah, he's a magic user. Padrag.
Padrag, the profound. Padrag. Bargo just puts a hand on Padrag's shoulder and says, "Why don't you just sleep through the night, buddy?" Because
You're so generous.
And then he just like falls asleep sitting up, which comes up nearly to
I
your
try to
chest.
be.
Like a cat.
But I'm happy to take. How many watches are there? Are there 4? Or are there 3?
You can divide up however long you want.
All right, let's do 4 watches. Ralston and Wolf in one, not together.
Yeah.
Like
no.
Bargo will take first one. That's fine. Plus, I would like someone. I'll take one of the chainmail dudes.
Yeah, one of the mercenaries. Yeah, I'll take one too.
Yeah.
We don't want 2 of those guys up at night. Yeah, we don't know them.
No, they might run away and let us die.
Or slit our throats.
Oh, by the way, speaking of slitting people's throats,
Oh God.
as
Go
Padrag, Padrag, as he sits there on a stump and falls asleep, is at the moment in which any amount of wind can move the stagnant air of this place, it wafts the hem of his robe, and you see beneath his robe a goat's foot.
Oh.
Just want to throw that out there.
Like his feet or goat feet?
Interesting.
Well, you just saw the hem move, and there was a goat's foot underneath it.
Right.
So either that or he's got a goat under there.
He's actually been riding a goat this whole time.
Right? Is it ride it easy?
Nobody's noticed.
A gnome in
No
a
one
trench coat.
noticed.
Well, your watches all pass by uneventfully. The fire sputters and flickers, and it's hard to keep lit, and it takes a lot of wood gathering to just keep it going through the night. Between the cold, the wet conditions of a swamp, and the heavy, low-lying, humid air makes for an unpleasant fire setting and keeping environment. But sure enough, morning comes, and this time no poisonous snakes, or snakes really of any kind. In fact, as you wake up, the swamp which was yesterday bristling seems to be practically completely dead. The air seems heavier and thicker than you ever thought possible. What do you do?
Say, it seems ominous, friends, but we must continue on, and I'll stand and walk towards the north.
Yep, same. Personally, I'm a gentleman of adventure. Used to danger. Danger's my middle name.
It takes you 6 hours before Gunderholfen Hill comes into sight. Through the mists and the fog and the haze, you see a great hill which is familiar to somebody, I assume, right? Wolf and actually it's just Wolf, isn't it? You're the only one coming back. Wolf recognizes it as Gunderholfen Hill. He says, "This is, you know, this is where your quarry is," and your mercenaries seem to agree.
Yes, sir.
Okay. According to the map, there should be a... the road leads up to where there is a snake's mouth in the side of the hill, at the base of the hill. It's also directly beneath ruins amidst where the corpses are on the east side of the hill, not to be confused with the corpses on the west side of the hill.
I look at the corpses. Anyone we know?
Actually, as you get to the base, the road peters off, and you get to the base of this great hill. You can see paths leading up to the ruins. I should clarify: you're currently on the south side of the hill, right? See paths leading up to great sandy-colored ruins, and there is no corpses, no viscera, no remains of any kind.
Okay.
There is a great deal of matted and crushed vegetation, but no organic compounds.
I just muttered to myself, well, that is ominous.
Yeah, according to this, we should continue to follow the road till it terminates and then skirt around to the eastern side of the hill until we see the ruins. And at the base of those ruins on the east side, there should be a snake's mouth carved into the side of the hill. Skull.
Yeah, we go over something that'll be behind us, I believe.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll have to make our way there, and then it's kind of back the other way. That's right.
Let's do marching order. Who's
Well, I'm the beefiest, so I guess I take point. Although we should probably have our mercenaries be in front.
It's up to you. Do you want the glory, or do you want to give it to these children?
I'll give it to the children.
Vargil will just sort of shake his head.
I've got a pole arm. I can stand in the second rank and
All right.
open stuff.
That's fine. So we've got 2 mercenaries. Let's put the chain mercenaries in front.
Yeah.
So, they've got spears. They should have shields, as well. Well, if they don't have shields, I didn't buy it for them. So if they don't have shields, Vargr has a shield that he will hand over. Vargr will hold a lantern today. And then we have Ralston and Wolf. And then let's do Padrag and Vargr. And then we can have our leather guys, our men in leather behind us.
Okay. I do not have a token for random NPCs, so random NPCs are going to be Pendar.
That works.
Now, you guys are fielding quite the contingent today, comparatively. Okay. So, you follow the end of the road as it breaks off and cracks and ultimately disappears into the undergrowth. You are sort of near the base of the hill. Up north, up the hill, there is a great mass of sandy-colored ruins. And then off to the east, the hill goes up, and then it dips into a valley and goes back up again. Probably about 20 yards away.
What's the entrance in the valley?
I think what we did last time is we actually climbed that hill and we were looking, and we had went to each of those ruins, and then there was like it was like there was like a valley, and then we turned around and looked back, and that's where the entrance, the snake's mouth was. Your heel here says dense underbrush.
Yeah.
Which stone seems to be local to the area. Oh yeah, we went on the stone.
We look around. Is there's no obvious signs of movement? Like there's no sound, no gibbering kobolds. Like
Give me 1 second. Have to. Doesn't sound like there's anything around you, but these are clearly creature paths. And it would seem that there's 2 or 3 that go up north up the hill to the ruins, and there's probably one. If you really try to make it out, there's probably one that goes into the little valley there. But that could be. They could be wildlife tracks. It could be great. They could be purple worms. You're not really sure what would create paths in this manner. And actually, I should clarify what I mean by that. You may remember last time that the paths are particularly erratic. These are not the paths of ordered or lawful creatures. These paths double back. They do loop-de-loops. They splinter off and branch off into dead ends for no reason. These are paths of some mad, gibbering creatures.
Let's head to the ruins, and if we descend, I'm pretty sure that we came across it by heading, as we were heading to the ruins. So let's head to the sandy-colored ruins.
Yeah, as you climb north up the hill, the ruins themselves are aptly named. They are broken, crushed, basically might as well not exist. They might as well be natural rock formations, if only for the fact that they are clearly made by some intelligent creature. Now, intelligent doesn't necessarily mean civilized, but certainly they weren't the work of whatever elemental stacking boulders. These are cut stones.
As we turn and look back at the way that we came, do we see any evidence of the gaping maw of the snake that we entered last time?
Oh, you're muted. Oh, it's casting. Oh, go ahead.
I was blowing my nose.
Oh.
There are 3 paths. One which you came up, that's sort of in the center. Another one facing down the hill to the south, to the right, that sort of meanders further off to the west. And then one which meanders off to the east, to your left, that seems to descend down into this valley, into this copse of twisted, gnarled trees.
I think that's where we want to go.
Yeah, as you descend into this dark wood made of petrified stone-like trees, it isn't long before you stumble across your giant snake's head, the gaping entrance, flanked on either side by the great snake teeth, which show to you where you need to be.
Are the snake's teeth carved of stone?
It's all carved out of the rock, so it's all this sandy-colored sedimentary stone.
Cool. Bard will say, well, this looks foul. Let's go cleanse it.
I can carry the light since I'm a squishy guy.
Okay.
I have an oil lantern with a bullseye, if that helps.
Cool.
Loading level 1 of 100.
Who can say? I see that Wolf has immediately gone off kilter. These are your tokens here. I'm just using Pendars to represent your NPCs, and then we're going to use the OSR token to move through the dungeon.
Are these 5 or 10 foot grids?
These are 5 foot spaces.
Did the men with chainmail, did they have a shield or no?
No, none of them seem to have shields.
Okay. All right. So Varger will look to the one on the left up front and hand him a shield and say, I'll want it back later.
Come back with it or on
Exactly, essentially.
it. Okay. Just make sure to remind me that that was the case.
Cool.
The snake mouth leads into a tunnel carved of the same sandy-colored stones, leading many feet and even many yards. It comes to a door. Let's see. The tunnel slopes gently up 60 feet to a heavy oak, moss-covered door. This guy here.
Yeah, are there let's listen at the door, guys.
Yep.
Is anyone good at this?
I'm not a thief.
All right. So we'll instruct one of our chainmail clad individuals to listen for us. And listen as well as we can.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to reveal any noise except for some light flies buzzing.
Cool. Onward.
Okay, you open the door, and you step into the room. There in the upper left corner of the room are the rotting, festering corpses of several kobolds.
Yeah.
They have been actually surreptitiously on the walls surrounding these kobolds. There are white handprints all over the walls. Appear to be made out of some chalky type of paint.
Like a human handprint or kobold handprint?
It looks like they look like kobold handprints of varying sizes.
Okay.
You see in the alcoves in the north and south of the room, each containing a clay statue of a snake-headed humanoid. They are chipped, worn, and in poor condition. A crude skull is painted on the east door in white chalky paint.
Do you all want to do anything in here or just move quickly forward to the caves with the crystals and the rats?
I say we move forward.
Okay. So moving judiciously, not like rapidly either. Not like with undue risk. Let's we can I think we can just open this door. We don't need to listen. But Varga will point out to our hired help that there is a pit trap at the bottom of this stair.
Opening the door, you see a ramshackle staircase leading to a stone-carved hallway. As you choose to walk down, you can surreptitiously avoid what you think to be a pit trap if you carefully walk around.
Wait.
Right in the corner, you are met with a hallway that is carved out of the same sandy-colored stone with a door at the end of it.
Excellent. I vote we listen at this one, unless you guys disagree.
Nope.
Okay, let's listen at this one. Ross, you look like you were going to...
No, I'm mapping, and so I was counting stuff.
Okay,
and
yeah.
checking distances and stuff.
Okay. 1 second. You listen closely at the door, and once again, the only thing you hear is the buzzing of flies beyond, and maybe some distant dripping, although it's hard to make out.
Onward.
Open the door, you are greeted with a horrific scene in front of you of decapitated and disemboweled kobolds. Then, in the middle of the room and surrounding them on the floor is a great many white, chalky handprints of varying shapes and sizes.
Who would have done this?
These boys didn't have a good time, did they?
A terrible monster was loose in this place.
There is a door to the east and one to the south, both splashed with dried blood. And on the east and west walls are faded murals depicting dragons fighting, although it's hard to make out clearly.
Let's go to the south. Let's do another listen.
Okay. You listen at the door. Hear behind it, nothing.
All right. Onward.
Opening the door, you step out into a corridor that leads east to west with various branching paths across.
Were there doors back there? Sorry, I missed it.
There was a door in that room that led to the west. I'll show you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna turn to our left and head over here. And we're gonna jog down this hallway. But would you prefer me to move this token, Christopher? Would that be easier for you, or do you want to continue doing it? Whatever's easier. I don't have a preference.
The only reason I would say you do it is if you want to control exactly where you want to go. I'll generally do like the pinball tactic, where you'll just go until you stop, sort of thing, or there's a decision to be made.
I'm happy to let you do it. Yeah,
no worries. This hallway narrows to about 5 feet in width, and it extends well past your lantern light.
Sweet. Well, let's go down single file. I'm going to suggest, Ralston, that you go behind these two strapping young lads.
All right. Don't worry, boys. I have your back.
Right. You come across a T intersection that leads to the east and to the north.
We will look to the west later. We're going to continue to the north.
By the way, Christopher, I have a lantern, so I have 60 feet of illumination, I think.
Yeah.
Boy.
And I've got...
there you go.
6, 7, 8.
Since the bullseye is directional, Varger has a 30-foot lantern, a hooded lantern, so we've got directional and...
Actually, 5, 10, 15, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. There you go. All right. So you come across a door, which is closed. It's a heavy wooden door with iron bandings.
Give a quick listen, and then move on through.
You hear distant dripping and what sounds like rocks rattling around on occasion, but nothing that would indicate movement.
Give it open.
Open the door and you are met with an open pit trap and 2 dead kobolds on either side of it.
Sweet.
They look like they basically just had their throats slit. Looks like very clean kills here.
Varger will look at Wolf and give him a nod of approval. And let's proceed north.
Stepping carefully around the pit trap, you are met with thin and winding corridors which branch off into a T intersection, one leading east and one leading west.
We're gonna go to the west, and Margaret's gonna tell our men-at-arms that they are about to engage against the most foul, squeaking rat vermin that they have ever seen, he believes.
Yeah, so you move further to the west, and you are suddenly beset by a myriad of giant exotic toadstools and fungi. The ceiling is resplendent with hanging stalactites of brown and cream-colored shade, and water drips steadily down from the ceiling to the host of mushrooms below. There are quite obvious tracks through the mushrooms. Many of them show signs of having recently been harvested.
Harvesting. Last time, did we discern that these were edible?
Actually, hold on, I got that totally wrong. I was, that's to the west, but you would have known that already. Instead, water trickles down the walls, forming small puddles on the floor. The floor is covered in mushrooms and fungi. Tracks can be seen crossing the room. The exit to the west has a shallow 5-foot ceiling. The one to the north is 12 feet high. That would be in this great group.
I vote we go to the west, which is, I believe, where we heard squeaking rats last time. I vote we do that first. I don't vote. I'm unsure what we should do first. We could try to get the crystal from the ceiling first. Get the sample for Proctor first. Does anyone have opinions?
I vote the rats first. The stone will be the last thing, I think, that we try to do. But by the way, we don't know that you wake up from that sleep.
The only creatures you encountered there didn't.
I mean, okay.
Could be unrelated to the stabbing that you did, but who could say?
This is true.
I don't have charm person, I have sleep. Otherwise, we could make some dum-dum do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can consider not knowing that. I just assumed that you would wake up, but if you don't, I don't think Barter would ask them to do it if he had that assumption. Okay, let's head to the west to this 5-foot high corridor.
Yeah. As you continue further to the west, the ceiling narrowly and sharply narrows, as does the actual corridor. The point where you need to be moving single-filely, and even then must shimmy and suck in your gut a little bit as you pass by. Hydrag has to visibly stoop so that his shoulders are hunched over in order to actually move through. The sound of rats scuttling and squeaking is audible further to the west.
Let's continue cautiously.
Yes.
When we look at the ground, do we see, like, it looks like a rat, like, superhighway, or it looks like a bunch of rats that walk down this corridor?
Yeah, you can definitely see. Actually, the rat tracks stop right around where the cave opens up. They don't really.
Oh, so they don't come
past
out
that
here.
point.
Looking at these rat tracks, would I say this is like a 70-pound rat, a 20-pound rat, a 300-pound rat? Like,
these are unusually large. I would even go as far as to say they are unusually sized rodents.
Rats of unusually large size.
I was going to say that.
Rodents, if you will.
Yes.
They are. I would even go as far as to say giant rats.
Okay. All right. Well, onward.
Let's hope none of them have sons.
We could set up some kind of trap here and maybe, you know, like use the environment. Like, first of all, do we have anything that could slow them down or stick them or muck them up? Like, I have oil. What am I talking about? I've got a ton of oil.
Yeah, I've got oil.
Does it look like the cavern space has much elevation above us, or is it near? Is it kind of like, how high is it?
This whole area is still quite narrow. To the north, the cavern has a low 4 to 5 foot high ceiling.
Oh goodness. Okay. I have some rations. We could set something up here to try to lure them in at least long enough. We also want to keep them from fleeing. Maybe we throw a thing of that'll. We set up like a food trap, and that's to try to get surprise. And then the surprise is to get oil behind them.
I should point out a few other things.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, there is another path to the west. And then you notice the tracks of the rats also don't really go beyond here.
Oh. Okay. Well, what about to the north? Are there rat tracks and rat poop?
Yep, that's where it's heaviest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, we should... Also, why aren't they going west? But
it might be another big cavern because they didn't go into.
Oh, right. Which means there's predators here, which are probably the kobolds and other things. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we could do a food trap, is my proposal, and then set up an ambush.
I like that. I have some rations that I could throw.
Yeah, same. Some cheese.
I will sacrifice a ration.
I'll load that off my sheet.
Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like any rats are being drawn out by your bait at this time.
I'll be the bait. I can move at 12, movement rate 12. I attach rope to myself and I hand it off to you all.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Unless someone's faster, but I have movement rate 12. I think that's as good as it gets. Unless the creatures can do movement rate 18, and then it was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
All right. I move forward until I can get their attention. I hand them the lantern, and if someone has a torch, I use that instead.
Yeah, so as you enter into this round chamber, it is very tight and very short. Cavern has a low 4 to 5 foot ceiling. The west wall is riddled with small tunnels, each about 1 foot wide. Bones litter the floor near the tunnel entrances, and the sound of rats squeaking and scuttling is almost ear-splitting.
Awesome. I keep going toward those noises.
Yes.
But it'll
Jake,
end at 50 feet.
Would you please roll for initiative for me? You have to meet or beat a 6.
Oh. All right. Rolling. I did not.
Okay. So these rats are going to pour through the wall, and 4 of them pop out right away. I don't have a token, so they're going to be kobolds. Sorry. They are small enough to attack in groups of 2. They're going to sprint ahead at you. They move very rapidly.
Pull the rope! Pull the rope! You hear echoing through the caves.
Follow the rope.
Okay, let's see. So, declaring any spells.
Not yet.
Okay, movement and missile fire.
I am staying static.
I move
Where
as
I
fast
launch
as I
missile.
can.
Yeah.
Back toward the party.
So the rats will follow in pursuit. How far do you want to retreat?
All the way back to where our shield wall is on the other side of the food trap.
Okay, so you guys would be back here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they will pursue you all the way down to here. Let me see what. Yeah, easily. They're very, very quick. It is now melee combat. They're going to go first.
Are they surprised by that?
So they don't seem to take notice of the food. You said so. So how was it again? It was food and then oil, or oil then food, right?
No, you're right. We were just saying we would put food down, so that's true. But the idea is we would put it down and then have an ambush behind that if they showed up. But I do have this big rope, and I was yelling, and I am running back towards everybody. And they do have a lantern, so I'll.
There's light,
Those
there's noise, there's sound.
Little goat feet.
You clearly see he has goat feet at this point. As he's
Oh man. Oh man.
He got
well.
he got the Ulfkel special. So at some point in his
I've
life.
seen weirder.
I did get the Ulfkel special.
Okay, so in melee combat, they are each going to attack. They're gonna lash out and bite at you guys. Now, remind me who is in front here.
We have one of our higher health in chain with a shield, and then another of we have two people in chain, then Ralston and Wolf, and then everybody else. Like,
Ralston
and then there's like
Ralston has plate and a shield.
Okay, one
Yeah,
of
that's
them
good.
strikes one of your men in chainmail. For 1 damage. Sorry, I should have given you health rolls for those guys, huh?
it's all good.
Yeah, the 2 men in chain are easily the most well-fed, having 7 and 8 health.
Nice.
Sweet.
And then your 4 leathermen have 2 of them have 1 health, the ones with the bows, and the ones with the
Sweet.
spears have 2 and 5.
Okay, 2.
So
Okay,
the one with 8 health has taken 1 damage.
sweet.
It is now your melee. Now this is technically a 10-foot space here. So you can stack up 3 wide in 2 ranks.
I'll be in the front, I guess. I'll swipe at kobolds with my sword. Remember that it's appropriate to roll.
Yeah, please. It is your melee
Okay.
initiative.
All right.
And then, Jake, if you'd also roll for your merc friends, that would be wonderful.
All right. They get no.
They do not
They
get
get
a
no.
plus or minus
Yeah.
hit,
Yeah. So
nor do they get
I get
anything to damage.
I get a +1 to hit, so
champion.
You are looking to beat AC 13? It's just 20 minus the AC for
Yeah.
translating descending into ascending, right?
and I beat that gentleman, I believe.
Okay.
And a D8 +1 or D8. I'm using that as a one-handed sword. 5 points damage.
That will kill one of the rats.
That gentleman. I swipe his head off.
One of the guys in leather with a shield hits for 6.
That will kill
Wolf.
another one.
Are you in the second rank?
I believe I am. I'm actually going to ask I don't have token vision. I'm just seeing black screen.
Oh my gosh.
Zoom out and then zoom back in. You're probably zoomed out too far.
Okay, there we go.
Scroll
I
wheel.
was like, if you've not been seeing the token this whole time, speak up, man.
No, for some reason it was while I was muted. I kept saying it, and I'm like, oh, I was muted.
Even
That was my fault. So it's good. I got it back now. It just said
He
no.
can't
see. So.
He got the Helen Keller treatment. He can't speak and he
Oh
can't
no.
see. We're lucky he can hear.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, I am in the second rank. I believe that's what was said. I do have a spear, so can I reach one of the rats that just charged?
You sure can.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Let me do that. Okay, so let me just roll the d20 then, see if I hit. You said B13, correct?
Correct.
It didn't work.
That will not do it.
Yep.
Let's see. Barger will go. 13 exactly, so that hits.
That will hit.
You be.
4 for 4 damage.
That will kill one of the rats. One remains in front of you as of now. Top of the round.
So,
Anybody casting spells?
Nope.
All right. Please roll for initiative.
4.
The rats will go first.
Darn.
Movement and missile fire. Anybody firing missiles?
Not this
No.
time.
I apologize. Your line of sight rule, how does it work? Is it if somebody's in front of you, it blocks, or if you see it, you can hit, or how do you do line of sight?
For ranged weapons, okay, so for slings, you need a 10-foot space to work with, but have you can actually hit stuff with people in front of you. For bows and darts, you can shoot them within your 5-foot radius, but they have a chance to hit people that are in front of you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. The range missile fire. Okay. As you prepare to engage in a brutal melee, another 4 rats descend
man.
upon you.
Nice.
Right where we want you.
Now, these guys are stacking up, so right here is 3 rats, and then that's 2 rats. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. It is now melee turn.
All right. I will
We
attack.
have 5.
Oof.
Got 2 hits on your chainmail buddy, who's already sustained a little bit of damage. They got a taste of the blood, and they're going for it.
All right. All right.
You get a total of 3 damage. It's not supposed to go below 1, but
Okay, cool.
so he takes.
So
a
he's
total
got
of
4
3
left.
damage. Your melee phase.
Okay. I will attack. Oh, that's a hit.
Nice.
All right.
And D8 plus 1. That is a 7.
That will kill him.
You are a fighter.
Yes, sir.
Austin. Do you get? You're level 3. Do you get 3 attacks against these?
Yes.
Are they? Oh, well.
These are
I roll-
half hit die creatures.
Should I roll 2 more times?
I would probably
Okay.
a good idea.
That's
Like
a
you don't
hit.
have to, but by
No.
all means,
That's a
Damn.
that's a hit.
awesome.
Four points.
Do you get a +1 to damage with this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you will be automatically killing these guys then.
Okay. All right. I'll roll again. Okay, just to make sure. Okay. He's dead.
Okay.
I'm just
So
like hewing
there's-
through these guys.
Yeah, there's currently 1 rat in front of you. Anybody else attacking?
The 3 hired lads will attack. One of them will hit.
Ralston, did you also add your +1 to hit for level 3?
Oh, that's right. No, I did not, but I need to do that then. I apologize. I'll just put +1
please.
on all of you.
Yeah, for the next 2 levels, you get a +1 to hit
Nice.
until
nice.
5, and then it goes up to 6, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Please roll initiative for me. You have to meet or beat a 6.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We seem to have gotten ourselves into a pickle.
We've got this.
How many do we see? We're doing another turn?
Yes, so this is a third turn. You have killed 8 rats so far, and another 4 have bounded out at you.
Okay, no spells.
Movement missile fire, they sprint out at you. Any missile fire?
No.
All right. And melee.
All right.
Since they're all up there in melee, I'll guard the area behind us and watch.
Gotcha.
I'm still
None
holding a
of them-
torch.
None of them are
Yeah.
going to hit.
I shall
is-
roll thrice. That is. The armor class is 13, you said?
Yes, should be 2 hits, right?
2 hits, yes, sir.
Okay, so 2 of them will die.
All right.
Sweet. Wolf, you want to take a swing?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and do one. Roll. Hopefully I don't roll like shit.
Nice.
Okay. And the damage on a spear is 1d6, if I'm not mistaken, correct? I believe I have that right. Okay. Okay.
The 3 guys and Bargerwall all tried to stab at the one that you just injured, and 2 of us will hit and put an end to that one.
Okay.
I assume.
Roll at least 1 damage attack, though, because there's still 2 rats here.
Oh shit. Okay. Sorry. I thought there were only 1.
Yeah, they'll both die.
Yeah.
All right. Please roll me initiative. Any spells? Beat or beat a 6, please.
No spells.
Oh my god. You guys,
Yes,
should we back up?
Well, I mean, how many do we see again? I'm sorry. We're just...
We'll
it's just
see.
At the top of your initiative, you don't see any from around this corner, but you can hear them barreling out of the tunnels at you. You have killed... this is the 4th round. You have killed 12 rats.
It's awesome. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
4 more barrel around the corner, eager for blood. They can smell it in the air. They're like great white sharks.
They're smelling their own blood.
Now, you guys actually won initiative order, so you get to attack first.
Right?
Sweet.
Now, I would say that if we have a chance, we should move up and plug that hole instead of letting them in the open.
Yeah, exactly.
And we should have 1 on either grid of 5 covering that 5, or actually 3, 15 feet across. Be nice.
I'm down for that. Let's see how we do next initiative. If we win, let's do that.
Okay. I'm going to melee.
I
If
will.
anyone doesn't mind.
I will move in melee because we have
was
have
gonna say-
2 grids here.
I'm going to say that you can actually do that because you guys won initiative order, so they can come out here and meet you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will not move in melee. Which is fine, though. This is a better position. Now, for what I often note this, if you have pokey things, 3 of us can fit in that one 5-foot grid. So, or I'm sorry, 10 feet across. So the other grid next to it.
Okay, please make your attack rolls now. If you're using a spear 2-handed, you get a +1 to damage. But if you have a shield in the other hand, you do not.
2 hits and a miss.
Okay. That is going to be 2 stinking dead rats.
Deaths.
Go for it, Wolf.
I think it was 13 I was trying to beat, right?
That's a
Yes.
That's a hit.
That would be a hit.
Alright, awesome. And it's a +1 to damage since I'm using
So that
spirits.
means he is going to die.
Yes.
That's
Sweet.
6.
These boys have.
Everybody else, we'll say one of the lads in the chain hits, and he does only 1 damage.
That rat
Unfortunate.
remains. Should have had one of the 2-handed
Unfortunate.
spear guys do it.
Yep.
It is his attack. He is going to miss. Top of the initiative order. Please roll initiative for me. Okay, you guys are with the initiative order.
Sweet.
Movement missile
all right.
fire. Barring that, rats are going to stack up, so there should be 5 in this space. Well, there should be 4 in that space and 1 off to the side here.
I don't know if they're ever going to stop.
Awesome.
We need to plug the hole. Hold the line. Hold the line.
All right.
Ross is like,
Like,
as far
you
as I'm
have-
concerned, this is infinite XP.
Austin's like, ah! He's battle mad.
It's just like old school RuneScape. We'll just stay here all day.
You're,
Just
you're farming giant
Just
rats.
get
for
that
48
bar
hours
moving
straight.
up here.
All right, movement and missile or melee attacks.
Okay.
5 rats remain.
I'm waiting for the big rat. That's why I haven't cast a spell.
That is 2 hits.
I'm waiting for
Big rat.
I'm waiting for mommy to come.
That is 2 deaths.
A big waddling green rat with a whole belly full of light switches.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 rats
all right.
dead.
This is Barger and the guy with the shield up front. We'll say Barger hits this time. I do 4.
1 rat remains.
And this is go for it, Wolf, and then we'll make the fire things go. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
That should automatically kill this guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus,
Rats do not seem to be coming from the walls any longer. What
We did it.
do you do?
I flicked the
Well,
I flicked the
what do you
the ichor off of my sword
Yeah,
and wipe it down.
it's black tainted blood.
Yeah.
These are not natural rats you may have guessed by their size,
Oh,
but is now
nice.
confirmed by their shape and demeanor.
I empty one of my oil lamps and gather some of the Icarus black rat blood.
Oh. I just kind of look at you like, whatever. kind of like a disgust and like, meh,
He's a weird guy. He's got a lubricated slave collar.
right?
I did not need to know that.
Would you like to go back into the rat?
Yeah, let's creep up. I'm curious about what's in their burrows.
Yes. Let's find out. Bones litter the floor near the tunnel entrances. There is no longer the sounds of rats squeaking and scuttling in the tunnels.
So, let's take a poll. I have detect magic, so I could see if there's anything good here, and then it'll last for, I believe, we double check, but I think it's only like 20 minutes.
I don't.
Or I could.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say? You don't think we should burn it here?
Yeah, but first of all, I may have we seen this whole area first? Like, have we explored everything? That's okay. So it terminates here. Okay, that I
Right.
all right. I misunderstood.
There
that, sorry.
is, if you come back here, There is a further tunnel to the west, but you have not gone down that way yet.
Okay.
This tunnel terminates in many rat tunnels far too small for any normal, reasonable, decent, civilized-sized man to fit into.
Now, they came out of holes. Does it look like things were dragged, or there's a streak mark of blood, or are there fragments of things here, or marks on the walls? Is there anything out of place other than just the rat poop and bones and holes?
It would appear what you're standing in is where they drag their prey to feast communally. Their rat tunnels are likely either exits to different areas or where they live.
Oh, excellent.
Well, actually, how much time we have left? Oh, we got like 45 minutes left. We can get some
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
And Padraig just starts digging through the bodies.
Idrag the Profound, in his infinite wisdom, finds an ornate silver bracelet with embedded pearls worth 700 gold pieces, and a golden
Very nice.
necklace worth 500 gold pieces.
Very nice.
Well, excellent plan, Colin.
A ornate silver bracelet worth 700 GP. And what was the other item?
A golden necklace worth 500 gold pieces.
All right.
Okay. It is almost too bad we brought all these people.
I know, right? It's too bad y'all might make it.
Yeah. No, I want to.
No,
You
we're
know,
making friends.
Yeah. Yeah, we need.
These are future characters that'll replace us after we have made a mistake.
Yeah, let
That's
me
fair.
know. Let me know if you want to name any of these guys, and I'll pop something off the dome real quick.
I love that you
They
gotta
didn't.
survive.
I love that you didn't name them. I thought about that, and I'm like, I don't even know your name right now.
I don't even want to know your name.
Do you remember the names I gave for last week's guys? I'm not
Yes,
exactly...
I have them. I have them right. I thought I was going to ask where they were. Foam and Trunt.
Foam and Trunks,
Oh,
the boys.
I love those names. I like Trunt.
So I got a whole bank of them in my noggin. I got all
This is
sorts of
great.
funny names.
All right.
The Florpert and Glorpert and Norbert really inspired me to make really silly names for NPCs.
I wish I was that good at thinking of NPC names.
Okay. There doesn't appear to be anything else of interest in this room.
All right.
What do you do?
I say we swing down. Let's go to the west where they did not exit. And see
Okay.
what is through this way.
The passage widens and opens up a little bit more this way.
Varga is gonna just like reach out, like remind the person in chain who has his shield. And he's gonna say, "Watch the floor. I don't want you to fall through to your death because I still want my shield back." Please.
He actually notes that the tracks have continued around this area. So if you'll remember, you saw tracks in the fungus room, and then there were rat tracks leading all the way up to the rats, and there's one unknown set of tracks, something else in this area.
Okay. Good eye. Let's follow that set of tracks.
Yeah, so they sort of crisscross and go around, like somebody is coming in and out of this place, or something is coming in and out of this place.
In this cavern, does it have fungus in it? Is it?
No. There doesn't appear to be anything living in this area. If you look closely on the walls and the floor, there is dried blood splotched here and there.
Okay. All right. Let's proceed onward. Looks like it wraps around.
Yeah, you round this corner and there is a stone a pillar there that is carved. It's like a cavern that has naturally produced a column of stone in the middle of a wider, round cave.
Is the stone column the same material as the rest
Yes.
of the cavern? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say let's go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It reminds me of Luray Caverns.
I don't know what that is. I say let's wrap around to the north and then see what we see.
Yeah, give me 1 second. As you pass over the north, you notice in the southeast corner where you can see is a pile of stinking bones and refuse. 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, fresh.
Who is standing at the back of the party right now?
If you want, Pydrag, but we do have those fine young gentlemen in leather that I had instructed to stand behind you. But if you think
I'm sorry. Actually, you're right, because we have the characters, the fighters are in the second rank, so that makes sense. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you want to be there, you can.
No.
Oof.
Okay. Real quick, Jake, could you roll me a d6?
I can. Oh, here. Try that again. There we go. 5.
Okay, you have been surprised as a slinking figure has played Ring Around the Rosie with you around this this rock
But
formation.
not
here.
the fun version.
Not the fun
No.
version.
No.
In fact, a rather unfun version. Give me a second. I just gotta whip out a quick token for this guy. Okay. I should have been doing this earlier because I knew this was going to happen. Begins file. There we go. All right. He is going to rear up behind you and attack your leather-clad friend. Now, both of them should, I think, just have 1 HP, right?
Yeah, that's the 2 bowmen.
Okay. So he gets... Oh my gosh. All right. No worries. No worries. Don't disregard that.
Everything's fine.
Disregard that sound.
That looks like
Oh, that should have been a public roll. Was that a public roll?
A shrieker? A ghast?
I don't know.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
bears.
It's both sex wife.
Should have brought a
Oh,
cleric.
okay. All right. So he rolls 2 of those and 1 of those. So he tears into your leather-clad friend, ripping with claws and teeth and gnashing away at his rib cage. Your pal is dead as a doornail.
All right.
I'm going to do a quick morale check for your
That seems sensible.
for your companions. The good news is that they stand fast. They prepare their battle lines. Please roll initiative for me, Jake.
This one seems important.
What you see is a squat, hunched
Two.
figure with sharp teeth, sharp claws, and writhing flesh under paper-thin skin.
So, at the rear of the party, we have another bowman,
Yep.
and then 2 spearmen, and then Pydrag and myself, and then we have all the heavy hitters in front of us.
Yes.
All right.
So currently he's engaged with the other bowman, and then it's Pydrag, then the spearmen and the heavy hitters. So Your options are either to do a Chinese fire drill and rotate.
Yeah.
Did we win the initiative?
You did.
I got it. Oh, I did. Wow.
If you won and they go around the other way, they'll get a +2 to hit. Swing around that way and start hitting him from behind.
Him.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
And then if he wants to be bothered by all the people in the back, then that's his doom.
Okay, so I'm going to move your tokens around.
Sweet.
So you guys can place yourselves where you like. You'll notice that one of your guys is surreptitiously missing.
Yeah.
Heavy troops go around behind him and hit him from behind, or light.
Yeah.
Okay, heavies go behind. Flank him.
Can you
go behind him? Flank him.
I can't
Well,
move.
Well, it started.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. He's about to kill this other bowman.
Maybe.
Well, you don't know that.
I mean, this is my. I'm guessing. I hope the bowman survives.
Okay. It is your melee initiative. Your melee order.
Ralston will attack him.
Okay.
I assume this gentleman only has multiple hit dice.
He does, yes.
Okay, all right.
Your AC to hit is 14.
Okay. And I get a +2 to hit him because I'm flanking him, correct?
Yes, so you should have a +4 total.
Okay, awesome. Oh, no, big fail. Oh, well. Can't win them all. Oh, bother. All right, Ruse. Go in there and get him. Stab him.
I'll try.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
It's chaos. This is Varger and the other spearman who has a shield, so they don't get a +1. They both miss, and this is the two people in leather who are attacking one-handed. They both hit, or they have two-handed spears.
Yeah.
So one. So this is +1 to this one. Two points damage, and then +1 to this one. So 5. So 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Piercing. I don't know if that matters.
Does not appear to.
And we found Grendel down here.
Right?
He is hurt, but still on the move. He's going to lash out at your leather-clad friend.
Yeah.
He will be ripping him to shreds.
Oof. +4.
Oof.
Going to deal 9 damage to a man who has 1 hit point. He is not long for this world. He really takes his long 4-inch or longer claws, and he puts it right up under the rib cage and just pulls.
Oof.
Quite gruesome.
And he didn't even have to try.
Your party members, your men-at-arms, hold fast.
Excellent.
It is the top of the initiative order. Please roll me initiative. Any spells being cast this turn?
No.
No.
Okay. You have 1 initiative. Please enter your melee rolls. No.
All right. I shall attack him for +4. Oh, come on. All right. There you go.
That does it.
Okay, please roll
Does it?
damage.
Okay, that hits. Okay.
You hit him.
Yeah.
1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, come on.
Big numbers, big numbers.
And 3. I mean, it works. It's something.
Yeah.
It hurts.
something.
You get a real solid stab into the sinew of his left leg.
Awesome.
Do the chainmail guy, who's up in his face, and then Barger, who has the lantern, so they don't go +1 for this. One of them hits. Let's say chainmail guy hits. For 6. Good
Nice.
job.
That will
Good
bring
job.
the beast down. He
Yeah.
dies shrieking and screaming in an ancient and ghoulish tongue.
Nice.
What do you do?
Want to search his body?
I
Yeah.
think that's a good idea.
He actually does not have anything on him. He is
Okay,
completely
alright.
naked, save for tattered cloths covering his lower half.
Okay,
And
yeah, we
his
don't want that.
skin is rapidly turning into black sludge.
Our former companion
Gross.
probably has stuff on him, though.
Yep.
They are both wearing leather armor, which is in tatters, but can be repaired, obviously. They each had a short bow and a quiver full of 20 arrows, and a dagger. One of them
These are short-
had... Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
One of them had 84 silver on it.
Wait,
Or, yeah, 84
I'm
silver.
not taking anything.
you're not going to take the 84 silver?
Not from not from one of our dead companions.
Attached
You gonna leave it here?
Attached to
I
the
mean-
small leather bag which
Okay, fine,
contains
I'll
the
take
silver is a small scroll that says, "In the event of my death, please return to my family," and has a town name written.
Okay.
Presumably a
I'll-
location in Albion.
Okay, well, I'll make sure that happens.
Good.
I take all the stuff. Short bows, arrows, daggers.
It is
Um,
not best to leave these devices to such foul beings of horror.
Yes.
Varger is going to sort of nod at the guy in chain who has the shield and say, "You've earned a name, lad, and we'll decide it later." And let's go check out this corner that has stinking refuse and maybe something good.
Yeah,
Something-
in the southeast corner, a pile of stinking bones and fresh refuse.
Does it look like corpses? What's it look like?
It's mostly bones that have been stripped of their flesh and meat, and then carrion. It's awful. OFFAL. It's all guts and intestines, which the ghoul was presumably snacking on whenever he had the chance.
Hey, we did get a pick, right? For the.
I
for
I
the-
got a 10-foot pole.
I have a halberd, we can pick through it.
That's true. That's true. I was worried about the rocks, but yes, the halberd. Yeah.
I've also
I
got
think-
a crowbar. I don't know if that'll work.
For crystalline structures like that, it's reasonable to assume that any strong steel implement can break off a chunk or two.
Okay.
Crystalline structures like that shear off when hit at certain weak points. That's the nature of crystals.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I joined in with my quarterstaff and start picking through the goop.
Under the pile is a quiver full of 20 arrows and a green phial containing an unidentified liquid. It is corked with an attached stopper
Okay.
If you open the cork, the smell of strawberries wafts out.
If you guys will entrust that to me, I will work to identify it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Unless Christopher, you want, like, if it's a potion type thing, if it's an alchemist, I don't know how you do that. If you consider it a magic item, if it's a potion, it's up to you. I don't...
It is a potion. I'm gonna say any magic user worth his salt should recognize this one.
Oh.
And actually, you know what? I will say that it's reasonable to assume you've experienced a potion of healing before. That's what this is.
Oh, strawberries.
Excellent.
Oh, it's for healing.
I'll tell her about it after.
It's the new strawberry Dr. Pepper.
What do you do now?
Does it look like the ghoul was dragging these things in, like, from the way we came, or does it look like it had another entrance into this cavern?
Yeah, this cavern looks entirely enclosed. It's a dead end. This is where he nested.
Yeah. All right. So let's head on back. Got like 20 minutes, I think. Maybe it's time to crack on those crystals. The one thing I would say is let's have just a little huddle, and we can discuss that. We've heard that, like the previous expedition, Wolf and others found these kobolds that were underneath them asleep. And do we think it's worth the risk to knock off one of these things?
Real quick, the arrows don't appear to be special. They appear to be mundane. They don't glimmer or have a duomer or something crazy.
They're well crafted, but appear to be entirely normal.
Okay, gotcha.
These are not. That is to say, these are not kobold make. These are of civilized make,
right,
that found their way to an unfortunate end in a ghoul's cavern.
Gotcha. I still like our plan, but I will admit that I do not, in this case, consent to be the one to go in and chip on the stuff. My strength is mediocre. Speed is good, though, and I can carry stuff, but... Yes.
Could we implore one of our hirelings to try this task for us?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're down for it. They've not heard of these purple crystals and do not assume that there's anything immediately dangerous about them. So you come back to the T intersection. To the north is the rat caves. Behind you is the ghoul cave. And ahead of you is the fungus caves. Or to the west.
Let's go down into the fungus caves.
Okay. You are in the fungus cave. It's this here. There's a passage to the north, passage to the east.
Up this way. Let me double check my map.
To the north, there is a thin passageway which leads to a glowing purple cave. This cave has beautiful purple crystal shards jutting out of the ceiling and walls. Any light reflects and multiplies, sending purple rays of light bouncing off the walls and ceiling. And then a quick note, there are several apparently dead kobolds in the middle of this crystal cave. However, they do not appear to have any visible wounds.
Let's attach a rope to one of our people in leather armor, hand him either a pole or your halberd, and just see if he can smash off some of this crystal to bring out.
Yep.
Do we think it's a bad idea to carry this object?
We don't know, but we could mitigate it. We could mitigate it by spreading out and going into two groups and trading it back and forth and stuff until we can get it back to town and identified.
Okay. Does anyone have a grappling hook?
I wish I did. I don't.
I should have bought one. I did
Well,
not, unfortunately.
I don't think these kobolds are going anywhere, so maybe
I
next
I have
time.
50 feet of rope. Helps.
Oh, where are the crystals? They're on the walls everywhere.
Everywhere. Walls, ceiling, patches on the floors.
Gotcha.
Upon entering the cave, you do feel a great sense of calm descend upon you. I will note, you don't really feel sleepy, just calm.
Wonder if it only puts chaotic creatures to sleep.
Well, it seems to have some effect on us. And some
Yeah.
people here are neutral, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm lawful.
I'm lawful, yeah. Let's try it.
All right.
So you send one of your chainmail guys in, one of your leather armor guys in.
Leather armor. Yeah. Leather
Okay.
armor.
Yeah.
He goes in and he takes a crowbar and he strikes at a seam in one of the crystals, and it pops off a shard that is quite sharp on certain edges, as the crystalline structure might be. But it continues to glow as he puts it into his rucksack, and the light doesn't in any way fade.
Oh, nice.
Nothing exceptional happens when you do that.
I have... As long as we leave this place, a chest. Because I put my spell book in it, so I want to leave right away if we're gonna remove my spell book and put this in this chest. But I have a 30-pound bag and a chest. We could stick it in that and then hand it back and forth.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Let's. Should we make our exit with this item? Do we want to
Yep.
do anything with the kobolds that are in here?
No.
Or
Yeah, I say
right.
not tempt fate
All right.
further. What do you think there, Roos? I don't want
Trying to think.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
all right.
Personally.
You are exhausted and you beat a heated retreat. Returning to Longfelt, it takes you a day and a half to get back home. During that time, nothing adverse happens, although the sense of calm never really leaves you until after about a day has passed. You
Wow.
discover that your crystal has stopped glowing.
Interesting.
So it could either be temporary or it could be tethered to that specific place. Interesting.
Yeah.
If you bring it to Proctor, he will tell you that this is a conduit for arcane and mystical energies, but without any of those attached energies, he can't really tell you what it would do. He gives you this information freely.
Okay.
I ask him, would this have any value to you? And I show him the fetid, horrible-smelling lamp of black, bilious rat blood.
It has since coagulated in a slight way so as to resemble more of a gelatin than a liquid ichor. At this point, Proctor holds his nose and says, probably not. I don't make a habit of accepting vials of blood from
Vagrants.
from ostensibly licentious individuals. Men in slave collars offering wizard's blood is really never a great start to any story.
He doesn't have a shirt,
Right.
by the way.
Yeah.
That's
Apparently
right.
no legs.
Yeah.
As you return to Steely Sean's ale house, you sit back on your heels and rest your laurels. Another day of adventuring to rest.
Safe to say I hate rats.
Yeah.